after the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our Commanders flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go! Go, 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 go.
What's good, Washington Commander fans? All right, let's talk Montez Sweat. Yeah, Mr. Tez. I call him Mr. Tasmanian Devil. Do you think Tez would get that contract over Chase Young? I see some of y'all out there thinking to yourself, say, well, Montez is on a decline. Chase has a lot of potential. Stop it. Stop it. Let me tell you the difference between Chase and Tez right now. Montez been consistent. Tez been injured. One was drafted in 2019, the other one in 2020. So they only a year apart. So what makes them that vastly different? Only because one person has 1 year experience more than the other? Now, we all know what the ownership situation is. That's why it's all of these contracts is holding up. But guess what? So I'm reading a report from Brian Manning from Commanders Wire. And he states that Commanders want to extend Montez Sweat, but talks remain on hold for now. Meaning, they're waiting until Josh Harris and his ownership group takes over the Commanders, where they can start talking contracts. And I do believe Montez will get that, because you got to think, they picked up his 5th-year option, and he still had almost what? He almost had like 8 sacks this year. What, 8, 9 sacks this year? Last year. And guess what? So therefore, they're going to extend him. Chase has to prove itself. Chase Young has to prove itself. That's why they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. If Chase Young wasn't injured, then we would have a sticky situation with contracts, because Washington would had to pick up Chase Young's 5th-year option and find a way to extend Tez and Cameron Curl. But nevertheless, let's dive into this a little bit more. The reason why I feel Tez is more valuable, because his durability. He hasn't really sustained a major injury, except for around 2021 when we got Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I think he hurt his jaw, broke his jaw, something like that. Or he took some time away. Whatever the case might be, he didn't really miss no time for injury purposes. You could say the same thing for Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. They didn't have hardly missed no time too much of injury. Only Chase Young has. But the thing about Montez is that Montez has shown consistency throughout all 4 of his years. Let me explain this to y'all. 29 sacks. He has yet to produce a double-digit sack, but not saying that he can't. If you divide his 4 years into 29, he's averaging almost 7.5 sacks a season. That's not bad. I mean, he's 3 sacks away from having 10. So if you think he had 10, he would have 40 sacks. So that's not bad. Jack Del Rio already alluded to this in saying that Montez needs to finish plays. If Montez comes out this year and be the Tasmanian devil that I expect him to be, he's going to get them double-digit sacks. This is going to push Washington's defense even more great than what they already are. Because you already got to think, Jonathan Allen almost, he had like almost 8 sacks this year. Deron Payne had almost 12. Everybody else contributed with 3 to 4 sacks. Tez had almost, 8, 9. And so you're looking at this is that the team is going to push. This, honestly, this should help Chase Young a little bit better coming back and say, hey, let me fit in. That's what Chase needs to do. He needs to fit in, not try to outperform Allen, Payne, and Sweat. They already established themselves. But I do believe Tez will get that contract. I do believe Tez will sign that extension once ownership takes place, before the season starts. I believe Tez will get that contract. Then we could, everything, because once he gets his extension, his contract, everything is on Chase Young from that point. We already know all the trade rumors that's going around with Chase Young. We already know all of that. But like I said, Tez has did the work. He has put in the work. He's still putting in work. Him, Allen, and Payne, and if Chase Young gets his act together, they could be the cornerstones of this defense for the next few years. Now, when time comes later on down the line, yeah, we're going to have to find replacements for these guys because they will be older and we're going to have to replace them. But no time soon if they still playing at a high level. The Commanders want to extend him. Even John Klein for ESPN comment on this. And he says Washington would like to extend Sweat, but those talks were long ago put on hold because of ownership situation. Until Josh Harris group are approved for the new ownership, Washington and Sweat will have to wait. Exactly. No contracts can be done right now because of the ownership situation. And I think Ron Rivera probably would have tried to work out a deal prior to OTAs. Probably right after they got Deron Payne signed. But they couldn't at the moment because of the fact of the matter is of everything that's going on with the sale of the team. But let me ask y'all, watch the Commander fans, a question. Who would you sign first, Chase or Montez? One that's proven, one still unproven. Now, I do want y'all to think about this. Take y'all feelings out the way for Chase, saying that Chase, I have heard it, seen it on Twitter, and I don't have no problem with it. But don't try to oversell me Chase Young right now. You know what I'm saying? Saying that, oh, he's going to come out and prove these guys wrong or prove everybody wrong. The only person Chase Young needs to prove wrong is himself. He needs to prove himself that he's that guy. He's that number 2 pick. His first season, 7.5 sacks. Second season, injuries. He hasn't played in a couple years, so he should be fresh. He comes out and give us 8, 8.5. I'll take that. That'd be enough for him to get a contract. Cause I don't expect for Chase to come out there and get double-digit sacks. I don't see him getting double-digit sacks. Now he can replicate what Deron Payne did. Even Ted said it. Ted said that Deron Payne laid out the blueprint. So them guys know they're gonna give it their all every play, game from game this year to get that contract. Me personally, sign Tez first. Chase, sign him after the season. And guess what? You could do Chase just the same way you did Deron Payne. Slap a franchise tag on him, work out a long-term deal, and get him done. But go ahead, sign Tez. Don't even worry about it. Now, according to this article, head coach Ron Rivera said recently, any big business is on hold until the team is transitioned from the current ownership of Daniel Snyder to Josh Harris, potentially allowing the Commanders to extend Sweat, safety, Cam Curl, and others. So, and just think about this. And shout out to Protect, because he talked about this, and he got his answers from David Harrison from Locked On Commanders also. So shout out to both of these guys. Protect does an amazing job on his channel, along with Jerry's and Tim Sports Talk and everybody else. Ed, Rio, Louis T, all of y'all guys. Y'all do an amazing job. So salute and shout out to all of y'all guys for this. Now, where I'm going with this is that I just feel at this point in time, once the deal done, I do believe Ron Rivera has some conversations with Chase Young and tell him what they would like to do. With all the trade rumors, my motto is always saying, expect the unexpected, because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe Washington is looking, maybe Ron Rivera said, hey, you come and prove yourself, we get you a long-term deal. Then again, they might turn around and say, hey, you look good in training camp, all right, let's try to get a trade for you. I mean, you still got development players back there like KJ Henry and all of them guys. So I don't see Chase Young going anywhere. I do believe Chase Young will be a Commander beyond the season. I don't see him getting traded. But like I said, never say never and expect the unexpected. Now, with that being said and everything, y'all guys let me know. What do you think the Commanders should do with not Chase Young, but Montez Sweat? Extend him, franchise tag him, trade him. Let me know. I will also put a poll out on it, so to get y'all votes to see what y'all think. Me personally, I think the Commanders should extend him once this ownership takes place, and then allow the other dominoes to take place. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell anytime that I drop a hardcore video to you. Until then, my friends, hail to the Commanders. I salute. Peace.